Hey everyone, Retire on Dividends here. It's time to go to work. What can I say? So I decided to hit record and yip. Just got gas at the gas station. Decided to run in, get gum, take a piss. Of course, someone's in there and the urinal's broken. So I can't pee. And I still have about 50 minutes to go on my drive. So isn't that awesome? So do I just suck it up and try to make it, or do I stop yet again? I mean, it's a long ass commute if you're stopping twice on the way to work, but hopefully I can make it. Anyway, I'll try to record a video with a full bladder, see how it goes, right? I wanted to talk about maybe two topics, if I can remember. I gotta lower the freaking heat. Holy crap, it's hot. One is just, kind of how my mentality changed about investing. The goal is always retire on dividends, right? Dividends, options, obviously, income. Retire on income through the stock market, whether it's options, whether it's dividends, whether it's whatever. Now, the old mentality was always, buy into dividend growth stocks, because these are considered, blue chip stocks. They have a track record of paying a dividend for 50 years, 40 years, 30 years, and some of them have a track record of raising their dividend. And yes, that all sounds amazing, and it does sound amazing, and it's reliable. But it's a really, really slow method, and it doesn't help me now. So my thought was always, okay, I'm not going to retire until I'm like 62 anyway, right? So I'm just going to build up my dividend stocks and, reinvest them until I'm old enough to use them. And that was it. So, and what do? I was also non-ETF at the time. I'm like, I'm going to research my own companies, right? And then buy the stocks based on that, based on their earnings, based on income statements and balance sheets, right? Valuations, this and that. And honestly, I wasted my time. I did. It was a big waste of time. I mean, it's a great learning experience, but it's a waste of time. If you're gonna do dividend growth stocks, are you really, gonna waste? Are you gonna spend that much time, day in and day out, researching these companies? Deciding what they're valued at, this and that. Or are you better off just buying an ETF and let them do it, right? And that's not even the point I want to make. That's just one point. The other point is, like, you watch these channels, these YouTube channels, you watch CNBC, and all they talk about, they're telling you what the price of the stock should be. I'm like, shut the hell up. The stock market determines that. I don't really give a crap what you think the stock price should be. Because if it's not that price, then clearly that does not matter. That metric that you decide to use does not matter. The value of a company is whatever the market decides it to be. You can, yip yap all you want about fundamentals, this, that, and the other thing. But in the end, who gives a crap? Because you love to see, like, the people that were against Bitcoin. They're just like, they don't even know what to do anymore. Most of them got smart and they kind of turned it around. They said, yeah, I believe in Bitcoin, as an asset, as a capital asset to make me money in the long run. But a lot just say, well, there's no value to it. Okay. Are you really going to be stuck in that stubborn mentality? Oh, there's no value in Bitcoin, I'm not going to buy it, while it's going up and up and up. Like, what about Tesla? Oh, Tesla's overvalued. Meanwhile, Tesla, not that long ago, was $180. Now it's over $400. Like, just enough. Enough with your stupid evaluations. You know, enough of this. Enough of this and that and the other thing. So, I'm done. I'm done with dividend growth investing. Even when I retire, I'm done. I'm not doing it. There's too much money to be made elsewhere. And when I say elsewhere, I'm talking about options chains, baby. The option chain. I'm talking about volatile stocks. I'm talking about leverage, double, triple leverage stocks. The money, again, my opinion, that's where the money is. So, and it wasn't until that long ago, you know, at first it started with YieldMax coming out for me to realize, or remind me, the power of options, I should say, and, you know, appreciate, like, the power of income, right? Instead of being happy, oh my God, Procter & Gamble, they gave me a 10% increase in my dividend. Oh my God, you are such a great fund. Oh, they went up 5% in capital for the year. Oh, this is an amazing stock. I'm going to be rich in 55 years. Oh, I'm so happy. That does nothing for me now. Nothing. And as you know, in my situation, what is my situation? I'm 42 years old. I'm married. I have 2 kids. One income. So I'm the only one working. So to me, I need income now. You know, I am over the fact of putting all of my money into retirement accounts. I am not doing that anymore. I'm putting only what the company will match me in my 401k, and outside of that, all of the money is going in a taxable account. And there's several reasons. One reason is I don't want to be locked in. I don't want it to be locked away so I can't touch it, or else, you know, who knows who gets a 10% penalty? Who gets that penalty? Why do you have to charge me 10%? It's my own freaking money. If I don't want to let it compound for retirement, who the hell cares? Give me my damn money penalty free, you bastards. So, yeah, kiss my ass. I'm only taking the company match. I don't give a damn about how awesome the Roth is. I don't care. It's it's mostly going into taxable brokerage, so I can do and use the money however I please, whenever I please, right? So, all right, that's a reason. Obviously, another reason is the now. I need to start living for the now. I don't want to max out my Roth IRA, max out my 401k, and leave myself with nothing. Have my family struggle. Can we go to Disney this year? No, we can't, because we have no money. It's all in retirement. Can we go next year? No, we can't. I have to max out my Roth IRA. I have to max out my 401k. But you know what I'm doing? I'm changing the current lifestyle. I'm living for the now, because you don't know, right? Anything can happen tomorrow. But what about retirement? I have freaking retirement, all right? I got a 401k. There's enough money in there. And if it wasn't locked up, by the way, I could retire now. I could make that money. I could make enough money on that money that I could make probably double what I make at work. So, yeah, I'm not worried about the stupid 401k. But yeah, so anyway, I want income now. I want income sources now. I want to be helped now. I don't want to have only one income, that being the active income from the job, the 9-to-5 bullshit job, the corporate bullshit BS job, right? You don't want to have to live and only survive off of that one job. You want to build passive income sources. You want to build more income sources, right? YouTube, here we are, YouTube, great income source, right? And I say it once, I say it again. If you guys are thinking about making a YouTube, I'm telling you, just do it, man. Stop thinking about it. Stop procrastinating. Just go do it. And if you do, share the channel with me. I will watch. I will. I love new YouTube channels. I do. I love YouTube. Newer YouTubers, to me, are always more genuine than the people that have like 100,000 subscribers. Because unfortunately, you get to a certain point, and then people get big-headed, they get cocky, and they're just not the same person anymore. And you do see it. But yeah, like I said, if you're thinking about another income source being YouTube, a podcast, or whatever, just do it. Just start it. Hit record right now. Just make a video. Hey guys, I'm starting my YouTube channel. It's going to be about this, blah, blah, blah. That's it. Once you get that out of the way, you're good, right? Because maybe I think a lot of it, people starting is fear, in front of the camera, knowing that people are going to watch this. But once you get over that, man, you're good, man. Everyone has, something they're good at, something they're passionate about. So why not just start a channel on exactly that? Because people feed off of that. Like if you're passive about lifting, powerlifting, something like that, and you want to talk about it on YouTube, people will know you're passionate about it, they'll feed off your energy, and it's good because there's someone for everything, right? People have different interests. People are interested, in the various things. Anyway, various topics. So obviously, yeah, I got YouTube now, which is awesome. I'm very grateful of the success of YouTube. I'm very grateful for you guys watching. But outside of that, YouTube, it has its limits. Obviously, I'm still growing, so there's no cap on that. So hopefully it can become something really big one day. But in the meantime, I'm working on 2 accounts. I have 2 accounts. I have both are taxable, right? My wife, she quit her job. As most of you know, we're living off one income. My car broke. We had to get a new car, right? So it was either I take the money from my brokerage and pay cash, take out a loan, just pay the loan, or cash out her 401k, eat the penalty, and pay the car off in full. And that was the decision, right? That was the decision. And then in the midst of that process, I said, you know what? Instead of using all that money, which was like $20,000 for the car, instead of using that, to pay off the car, why not have the account invest in high yield funds to automatically pay the car each month on its own? And then when the loan is gone, I still have the money's still working, so on and so forth. And therein lied the creation of the Dividend car account. As most of you know, you see that video, I have a Dividend car account series. So we had approximately 50K in the 401k. So we kept the 20K, so would have been down to 30. Actually, I think it was 40K after the 10%. They took some money out. We were able to have them take some money out. I think for taxes, actually, not the penalty. I think the penalty I have to deal with it at tax time. But they took a shitload of taxes out, and we had 40K. Now it's back up to 50K because I did make a lot of money on it. But regardless of that, this account has one job. The job is pay off the car. But I'm not going to pay it on. There's no rush. The interest rate on the car is 8%. I can make that and then some. So a lot of people saying just pay the car off. Well, yeah, I could do that. But instead, I'm not. I'm paying the car payments and I'm reinvesting the rest. And then it doesn't stop there. I added 2 more bills. I added the Verizon cell phone bill, Verizon internet bill, and my parents' other house internet bill. So I had now 3 bills coming out of that one account automatically through Fidelity, by the way, which is by far the best brokerage, hands down. Not even a question. I've used many brokerages, and I still use many brokerages. But when it comes to all things considered, the best well-rounded brokerage, easily, hands down, Fidelity. But if you're an options guy and you do a lot of options, like you do it daily, weekly, then I have to recommend Thinkorswim platform, which is owned by Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab is not my favorite. They used to be TD. TD Ameritrade was awesome. They converted to or bought by Charles Schwab, whatever, and the platform by far took a hit, big downgrade. But they kept thinkorswim, so I'm going to stay with them. So my options account is in Charles Schwab because they have thinkorswim. But when it comes to not doing options, I say Fidelity is the best. I mean, why? Well, simple thing, like bill pay. I set up bill pay to pay the freaking car, to pay whatever, and I'm in the process of that. And it took 2 seconds. So what am I doing? I scheduled my next bill. I'm doing the electric bill out of the Dividend car account. So now we got 4 bills coming out of the Dividend car account. And guess what, guys? I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to put every single bill, except the mortgage, which I'll get into in a second, every single reoccurring monthly bill. I left way too late today. So much freaking traffic. Every single reoccurring bill, like the reason I have to work, right? Bills, those type of bills, it's going to come out of my brokerage. And that's going to happen no later than early next year. I'm already in the process. I'm not rushing it. I'm taking time, building, set up the payments, things like that. I don't want to screw anything up. So yeah, I'm going to do one by one. So obviously, mortgage payments are always the biggest payment, right? It's hard to, put all that payment, including the mortgage, especially a $50,000 account. How are you going to get a $50,000 account to pay the mortgage? Well, as you know, I have a Retire Now account. Now, this account is my account to make the most money that I can so that I can retire early, or at least have the option to retire early. And I never had a plan to pay my bills out of this account. But since I'm going to schedule every other bill besides the mortgage to come out of the Dividend car account, I am now going to have my mortgage come out of my Retire Now account. So what does that mean? That means every single bill that I have is going to be paid for by the brokerage, which means if I got fired today, there's no problem. Obviously, right now my check, or eventually my work check, well, I have a credit card bill that's been stacking up, to be honest, and first I got to pay that off. So number one, it's going to pay that off. Number two, it's going to pay the property tax bill that comes every quarter, and that's a whopper. That's almost like what, $1,800, $1,900 every quarter. So I still don't have a plan for that. And then, of course, there's groceries and everyday expenses. So, but for now, you know what this is doing? You know what scheduling these bills out of the brokerage account does with a family of 4 with one income? It gives us so much breathing room, like so much relief. Like, I'm at the point, well, and it's bad, but I'm at the point where, I was like, my wife said the other day, keep in mind, I'm a cheap ass. I don't like to spend money on stupid shit. But, we don't exchange Christmas presents or even birthday presents. And my 2-year-old's been stealing my wife's phone, and it's like, she never has a phone. She's like, I wish I had an iPad. I was like, all right, go get one. And that was it. Go get one. She's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, go buy one. Because, why? Because we can. This is the beauty of this, right? We invest all this money, a lot. We work our asses off. We invest money for what? To live off of and be rich at 65 years old? No. Not for me. I'm sorry, not anymore. I'm doing it so I can live now. Obviously, I'm still working. So, and I really, as I always say, I don't really have a plan on actually just leaving work. I just want to be able to. I want to be able to replace my full-time salary through my brokerage accounts, through other income sources. So, yeah, this slows it down slightly, but at the same time it doesn't, because I'm going to use the money, the excess money, to pay off other bills, such as credit, the stupid credit card that got built up. And then, once we get up get caught up with that, I can either take the excess money and put it back in the brokerage, or just maybe save up, go on a vacation, right? Because that's one thing we never do. We don't really go on vacations, and the kids are only young for so long, right? So, you know, we work our asses off for what? You know, to have fun, to live with your family, have them enjoy their younger years, right? So, I mean, that's what I'm doing. I mean, I wanted to share that with you guys, and I'm gonna make a video on the, probably, you know, the spreadsheet. I'll break it down in a spreadsheet, but it's easier really to talk about through yip yapping, and I don't have a lot of time to yip yap, unfortunately, except in the car. So I figured this was a good outlet to do that. Oh yeah, so Charles Schwab, yeah, that account, it's gonna pay my mortgage, but my first thinking was, all right, I'm gonna get bill pay set up on this account. So I go to Charles Schwab and try to set it up, and they're like, oh, you can't do that on the brokerage. You have to open a separate checking account. I'm like, wait, what? I mean, it sounded like they used to do it. They said they used to do it, but now you have to open another account. I'm like, I don't want another freaking account. So what I did is I asked them, I'm like, does this account have like a checking account number? They said yes. I'm like, okay, how do I get that? You have to order checks. I'm like, I mean, you can't make this crap up. So I'm like, all right, order me checks. And I didn't even get the checks in the mail yet, by the way. But I called them. I'm like, I just want to make sure my order went through. And then I said, can I get the freaking routing number and account number? She's like, oh yeah, since you ordered them, we can give that to you. I'm like, oh, thank you. So, I mean, you can't, like, it's just some brokerages, they just make things so difficult. That's why I do appreciate Fidelity that much more. Like, when all's said and done, I'm probably just, I don't know. But I know Fidelity has an options platform too. But I can't. I hear it sucks. But I'm not even, like, I'm not ready to learn a whole new thing. So it's gonna, I don't know, I may have two accounts forever. But the moral of the story is, I'm scheduling the brokerage from my brokerage account using the ACH routing number and checking account number of my other brokerage account. So yeah, I have to go through the mortgage company to schedule, you know, an auto payment on the 1st of each month to come out of the brokerage. So now for the Retire Now account, the strategy is, you know, my mortgage is $1,300, by the way. This is excluding insurance and property taxes. So $1,300 automatically on the 1st coming out. So all I got to do, I'm going to try to double that easily. I mean, that's my goal, is over that anyway. But that'll come out. I'll reinvest the rest. No big deal. That, you know, it slows. Does it slow down the retirement? Absolutely. Does it give us relief today? Oh, hell yeah, it does. And I don't feel it yet, but I will. You know, again, once these bills start coming out of the brokerage and not necessarily our checking account, you know. So, and the other thing is, someone made a comment, what about credit card points? Which, you know, that's a good point, because I do most of the bills. Look at that guy, what a douche. Most of the bills that I do pay and am able to pay via credit card are paid via credit card. So, and why? Because I get cash back. But I mean, let's be honest. Whatever. Like Dave Ramsey says, no one gets rich on cash back. So the few that I were paying through credit card, is it going to hurt not getting that cash back from those recurring payments? Not really. So, and my cash back is 2%. I'm not going to miss it. But yes, it sucks. So I have to get over it. But in the end, it's not a game changer. So, but yeah, so that's the answer on that. But yeah, so that's the update. So that's why I kind of changed my mentality on investing, my goals, and my strategy. And the bottom line is I just want to live for the now, right? I want to, yes, obviously I'm thinking about retirement because I'm building my account. Just because it's in a taxable account doesn't mean I can't use it for retirement. It just means I have to pay the taxes now. So, that's another topic, because people ask about that too. How am I going to pay for my taxes? Well, since I still have a job, a W-2, I can adjust what I'm, getting taken out of, my paycheck. So I'm going to increase what comes out for federal and for state. And I'll do that calculation probably at the end of December. I'll do that. And it's going to be a decent amount that'll come out of my working paycheck. So my working paycheck is actually not going to be that much anymore when all said and done. But at least I don't have a massive tax bill at the end of the year, right? This year, I did that, but the problem is I'm making more than I originally planned. So, we'll see how it turns out. I know I'm going to owe in taxes. That's not going to be a surprise. So, how am I going to pay it? I don't know. I guess through the brokerages, but we'll see. We'll see. So, that's pretty much all I got. So much traffic now. You're damned if you leave early because of the freaking deer, and you're damned if you leave late because of the traffic. But what can you do? So anyway, that's the update on what I'm doing. I'm not quite at work, but I think I cut it off here. Plus, I kind of got a spit, so I don't want to do that in the video. But as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we'll try again next time. Obviously, this is not tax advice either. I know we talked about that as well. But yeah, if you enjoyed this content, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below. All right. So that's all I got for today. Pretty, shorter video than usual. But I think, I got my point out. I know I talk about this, on multiple occasions, but I think I outlined the whole thing better this time around. But let me know what you think of the strategy. Let me know what you think, if this helped you or not, or if you have any questions for the next video, because I'm probably commuting tomorrow. So if you have questions, I can maybe answer them on tomorrow's commute, if I remember, of course, or if I feel like it. All right, I guess that's it. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Later.